Welcome back. It's Ace, episode 6.5. And I've been trying, you might have gotten a notification that I just started a stream and then they went away. And now here I am back again. So I'm trying to change my stream settings a little bit and hopefully this one's going to be the winner. Chicken dinner, and I'd appreciate feedback if it's good, bad, and different. That'd be wonderful to hear how it comes across. I've done a couple of them now to private and looked at them, and I think that everything is set up correctly now to work well, but I'd love to hear somebody else's take on that, audio, video, and so on. Anyways, so we're here, and I've been doing my housework. I've been doing chores around the farm here. And that's just going to continue because there's still a few to be done. I've emptied out the truck and put stuff away and moved stuff around and moved some more stuff around. And, you know, there's a ton of things to do when you pick up a property like this and start trying to make it into a cool end game spot to hang out. And that's what we're doing here, a cool end-game spot. Or at least a spot devoid of mobs, for the most part. So that you can survive as long as your boredom lets you. Because isn't that really what knocks us out in this game, is the boredom. It's the need to go do something, and then that's where you got into trouble. As long as you're happy just hanging out on the farm, turning this into basically Farmville with zombies, or Stardew Valley with zombies, if you will, then you can last for a very long time. But it's when you get tired of that and you say, hey, let's go into Louisville and check out some pawn shop there. That's when you get into trouble. So let's check this generator. It said, oh, it's the wrong one. All right, here, hold on a second. There we go. Let's close that. There we are. All right, so generator info shows 99% at 82. This is the one that's running right now, down to 35%. So we'll turn that off. Turn this one on. And fuel that we just brought up. Percent at 85, I like it. Let's take all of these and we'll go drop them all down there at the gas tank. Bring a replacement up here soon. So my connection says excellent, which is good. Hopefully these are the settings that are going to do the trick now. I brought some meat up and made some food. We've got several stir fries, a stew, and I think a roast in the freezer. So we've got food set up. It's 2300. Let's drop these off, go up, hit the sack, come back down in the morning, and figure out what we're going to do next. I gotta start working on getting my strength up, because 13 encumbrance just killing us. Thought I'd chosen more or less the same sorts of traits that I had picked in 14, but I remember the encumbrance there being 18 or 20, and 20 or 22 if you'd eaten something. So that's going to make a big difference in our day-to-day if we had that much extra encumbrance to play with. Roast, 89. What are we at? We're at 66. We can take 34 hunger. And let's grab this stir fry. Put it in le oven. Turn it on. At 5. And slow that back down. Oh, you all missed my Britney Spears impression in the previous video because I took that video down because right away it was getting screwed up. terms of the stream, but I was doing, you know, because I grabbed a spear, so I was doing. Oops, I grabbed another one. I'll save you from. I'll spare you from the pain of having it, of listening to it again. How about that? What do we have? All right, focusing. 5,300. We can take a 35, so we'll eat half of this. And eat another half upon the morrow when we wake up. Good evening. And hello. Excellent. Stream looks like it's keeping up now, so hopefully these new settings are going to be dialed in well. Let's eat the other bit of this and put that container away, because we need to be walking around the frying pan. This isn't PUBG, right? Okay, next day. Oh, you know what? I have some seeds to plant that we forgot. When I was planting these here, I was doing rows of each one, and of course I did one strawberry in this row and the other 4 in this row, and I was trying to figure out why I had some unplanted furrows. And it was because I screwed that up. So let's go grab another plant. Strawberries. Actually, let's go look for a moment at plants that we have. I'd love to plant more watermelon, but there's only so much watermelon we can have. Sugar beets probably useful to have in quantity. Spinach. Sugar beet, spinach, radish. Let's go take a look and see if we have 5 more of any of those. Pretty sure we do. Radish will do. Grab one of those and crack that open. Boom. 5 radish seeds. Go ahead and throw this envelope. I mean, I don't know why they leave us with the empty container, because there'd be an actual empty container. I get it, but you know, it's just a point at which you could make certain sacrifices for QOL. Crops. Let's sow radish. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we need to compost those and probably water them too, actually. Compost bag. I think we've got 2 applications in this bag before it's empty. Or 3. Or 4, but not 5, because that's all you get in a bag is 4. Okay, there we go. And we'll drop this bag, and we're going to have to go grab a watering can and water those. So I'm sure they're going to be dry right now. I planted everything during the rain so that it would start out watered, but obviously since I missed those, I gotta take that door away from right next to a railing because that just happens too often. Good base design. Don't have any railings right next to doors. So this has 100 in it. We're going to do 5, so let's give 20. It's got 400 in it. We're doing 5, so that'd be 80 each. So let's do props, watering can, 80. Leaves us 60 more back on the original. Yeah, well, info should say compost yes, water level fine. All the other stuff well watered because I think it just rained like a day or two ago. So I'm happy with those. Let's just drop this water can here on the ground. That'll fill up with water and we'll be able to reuse it. And I'm going to go look soon for a mod that lets us put some sort of irrigation on the plants too, because watering everything by hand for 2 months sounds kind of silly. All right, what are we? We are moist. That's such a descriptor. How are you feeling, moist? What next? Truck maintenance. Let's take a look at the truck. We took a bit of a beating the last time we went into Louisville, and I think we're not terribly bad, but, well, okay, yeah, fender's gone. Oh, bumper, hood, yeah, hood's gone. Engine at 88%. I think we had that at 99. So we took a couple hits. We got out of Louisville right on time, I think, because we were just starting to take some engine damage. So, good deal. Yep, well, we need to do some maintenance on the truck for sure. Let's walk over here and grab some sheet metal, some large sheets. Those are going to be in this compartment right here. Material, sheet steel, 64. I think we'll grab about 15 of those. And if you notice, this stayed up, so we're close enough to this container that this can stay up while we're standing here. So I can actually come over here, stand in front of this container, which contains a lot of the things we need to work with, and I can actually just repair the truck from right here with the right parts. So we've got rope. We don't have large sheets. I'm guessing we probably have small sheets as available for fixing the bumper. Small, 58%. Good. Okay, so let's scroll down to sheets small, and we've only got 11 of those, but we've got a lot of larges, and actually we can just go ahead and cut them up and make smalls, and that's going to give us some welding XP anyways, which ain't nothing wrong with that. We don't have a bonus going on it, so we're not going to get anywhere real, but at least we get a few points for it. I don't know where to find that next welding book. Probably the metal shop in Louisville. There's probably some metal shops in other towns, machine shops. Might go check the map and do something like that. Let's go ahead and do a repair with small sheets to 69 on the bumper. I'll take that. And for the hood, 37%, 33%. Boy, those both kind of sucks, don't they? We've repaired that hood a number of times now, so we're getting diminishing returns, of course, and it's getting to the point where it's going to be a little painful. I'd rather just make a new one, but we don't have the recipe for that, so it is what it is. 3 steel sheets gives us 37%. 6 small sheets gives us 33%. This is essentially 1.5 large sheets because it's 6 smalls. 1.5 large sheets gives us 33, or 3 large sheets gives us 37. Way more economical to go with the small in this case and just lose that extra 3%. %, or 36, same argument. However, now we are out of small steel sheets. So let's go ahead while we're standing right here. And I can just move this over and I can go to fabricate. And I can say sheet, cut 4 small metal sheets, takes this, takes welding, takes a mask, takes a steel sheet, and we can do up to 64 of those. So we'll do 20, which will give us 80 small steel sheets. We've got all those things in reach, and so now we just speed up time and start cutting them. Boom, boom, boom. That's going to give us some welding XP, 530, 543, 55, 67, 12 apiece, 12 each time. Nothing wrong with 12 XP. I want to see, I think we can make a metal sheet out of 4. It's actually a 1-to-1 exchange. You make 4 by cutting it up, you join them back together, and you get 1. So it's 4 you get and 4 you spend. So really all you're spending is welding torches, of which we have now, I'm thinking about somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 of them. So, wow, we could grind welding up to 4,500 pretty easily, actually. If we got 12 apiece for that, so if we hit the calculator, and we say 4,500 minus 677, minus 677 equals this, 3823 divided by 12 gives us 318 times. We do that 318 times and we have another level on... We have another level. So if we do 20 of these, and we speed up time, see if we're getting the same XP for this, 3850, yep. Yep, getting just a touch over, oh, and there's the rain, so everything's getting watered again. So we're just getting just touch over 12. Boy, it's a shame we don't have the book running right now. That would be huge XP. We would just grind right through this level in no time. So now we come here and we cut and we say 40 of them, 50 of them, 50 of them, because we can just turn them right back into, let's just go with 60. So we can just turn them right back into the other size. 60, boom, hit F5, speed it up, hit F6, speed it up. I'm surprised there's no loss in that. I'm surprised it's not like 5 sheets to get 1 and you get 4 or something like that. I guess they're thinking that the mitigating factor is the, oh, we're about to run out of water, so let's go fill the water up. I guess they're thinking that the mitigating thing stopping you from doing this is that propane is supposed to be really hard to get at this point. I couldn't understand when I was playing B41. I was looking at, I'd played for, in-game time like 2 weeks or so. I looted a bunch of houses, I'd driven around, and propane was just super hard to come by. And then when I looked at how much you used for various things, I realized that getting your metalworking above just 2 or 3, your welding, was going to be ludicrously hard, just a crazy grind. And so I said, well, okay, I'm not going to do that. What's the options? Of course, there's mods. So I put a mod on that added propane to fuel stations, to gas stations. And that solved a lot of the problems. I mean, now you had easy availability of propane, but the propane torches still were just such a small amount of work you got from them before they were empty, and you had to go fill them up again. And so I said, I was Googling that, and there was a thing that said, well, they've just been changed, the amount that they can take. And while the developers balance this, here's a thing that restores them back to how they used to originally work. And so I tried that because I'd never seen how they originally worked, and now they have considerably more capacity. So, and we can fill them up at gas stations. So having access to propane torches is no big deal. It's the upshot of all that. 36. Snip 4. Or we'll cut 4. I like cutting better. Do 36 of them. Boom. And speed up time on that. Go the other direction, make metal sheets. Next, 38. Let's see here, what do we have? We have, actually let's look at all, because that's going to show us what's on the ground as well. Go down to steel sheets. 26 and small 80s. That's a really nice number, actually. What are we getting with this? 1300, a 45. It's not bad. I don't think we need welding 7 just yet, so doing this grind is kind of like, why? But I can see how if we really find a compelling reason for 7, then we'll go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, I like these numbers. 80 small and 26 large is nice, plus we've got 75 small in hand. So let me do this. Put them in the container. Let's take a look at our numbers now. 155 and 26. Well, since we can freely convert them in either direction, I guess the numbers don't really matter. But I like those to start with, so let's go back over here and pull up the garage report on this again. Let's head over here to the brakes right here at this corner. It's weird. So we got to go around the other direction. But then we can get this far away and it still works over up above, so go figure. Oh, let's see here. Hood condition repair. Small and regular, 36 and 33 again. Small is the deal. Lifetime, so we'll go ahead and grab that. I'm getting terrible returns. I mean, 33% of 50 now is going to be the one. 32% of 45, 46, boom. 69, so 31, so we're going to get 30% of that. That's going to be 8. So 8's going to be, it's going to be 77 when we're done with this one. 79, bonus. So that's not bad. 79%, I mean, sure. Right rear fender, what does that repair with? 23, 32 with planks. Small steel sheets, 2 of them. So let's go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and we'll put 3 into one of these and 2 into the other. Maybe into this one. Don't know if there's a point to having the fender, but might protect something. Rear bumper. 100%. Yeah, we'll take that. Boom. Don't know that I've ever noticed the rear bumper. Front left door. Let's look at the usuals. Steel sheets. 35 and 29. Yeah, I'll take 1.5 large over 3 in the end. 29 versus 35%. Half the material for 6 less on 36, so 12% less or something. 6. We're going to put 1 set into that, so 6 smalls. Okay, door's good. Front right window. Get a repair on that. Clean up that little crack there. See how it looks better. Tires are almost all at 25%, and that's where they're going to stop. They're run flats, so they'll stop degrading at 25%. Just means we get less tire friction. This means you're not going to tow anything home with this, but, you know, it's fine. It does get you in and out of the mess without any problems. 55% repair with small sheets. 55 seems to be the way that it goes. Iron pipe, 57. You know, I don't mind burning. We've got iron scrap in here. Scrap metal? Do we have scrap metal? Scrap metal gonna do it. 55%? Yeah, 8 scrap metal. Let's use that. We've got plenty of that. Put a few points into this muffler. 86%. I like that. I'm happy with these numbers here. I'm happy with these numbers here. Lights are good. Alright, and we've got 2 points per engine part. We need 12, so I think we're going to put 6 in. It seems like, well, I think we've been doing better than 2, but we'll just grab 6 and start there. Six tis. Oops, wrong side. Back here, Ace. There we go. Alright, let's repair engine. Bada bing. That's about to go to 100. Yep, there we go. And left us no pieces, so we had just the right amount. Good deal. Run around the back side here instead of the front corner. Not that I think it matters, because I think we're done. Put the small pieces in the container. Put the wrench back in our Alice belt. That's all good. Alright, I declare our truck fixed up and ready for the next expedition. No, I don't. We gotta wash it, of course, because otherwise, you know, I mean, we're not animals. We need more water to wash it, the other part of it. And there it is again. Water fill all. The stream looks like it's doing a good job of keeping up. It looks like it's about 10 seconds behind. It's not bad. There we go. Washed up, clean, lovely, beautiful, red, ready to go. Let's go ahead and park it in its, we're not going anywhere anytime soon parking space. That works. Thinking it might not. Not exactly easy to get it in and out of this space. I didn't need much room here. Here we go. .20 in the morning. I worked through the night. Yep, did it again. All right. Let's go get something to eat, and then let's go take care of animals. There's checkups need to be done out there, clean up some dung and so on. I'm thinking it'd be nice to take a gun or three down to Four Corners, that major intersection there with the car dealership and bargain clothes. And just, you know, figure out how the new aiming system works. Maybe get a few shots off. Get a level in aiming, maybe. Let's see here. Freezers. We can take 54. And I think we've got something right here that's just going to fit the bill perfectly. Or not. Stew it is. Come here, Stewie. Check that freezer again for a second. Sunflower heads. You know what? We're going to take these sunflower heads down too. And we're going to dry them out. We're going to take poisonous mushrooms and throw them away because why do I have them? We've got hamburger buns. And, yeah, here's a stir fry that we had. 61. All right. So let's take this stuff, put it in the oven. Turn that on. Throw away the poisonous mushrooms. Don't double click them and eat them. Don't right click and eat them. Let's delete that. These are going to thaw. We're going to go down, dry them out, see what we get. I'm guessing that we get sunflower seeds. Because what else would you get? I'm going to eat half of that because we can take 55. .42, so half of that will be 21. We can take 13, so that'd be a little bit of a waste. But I don't care because we've got meat for days. Put your stew in the air like you just don't care. So these sunflower heads are just about to finish drying. Freezing, thawing rather, and as soon as they are no longer frozen. Dry sunflowers. Yes, we will dry the sunflowers on this rack here in the rainstorm. How convenient that we can dry sunflowers in the rain. Oh, 10 sunflower seeds each. Because game logic. $30 sunflower seeds at a -500 each. But that's going to be a lot better. Just throw it up in the kitchen and use it in recipes. So let's do that. Because that with enough ingredients in a dish and you get a big happiness boost. So I'm out of that. So sunflower seeds are something that we can throw in every dish, and it's cheap, 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 cheap. Hello? Howdy? Oh, you're gone. You're gone. You were here and you're gone. You were just here to see if I was going to die while you were watching. It's okay. You can admit it. Animals. Let's check on the aminals. And let's take the Humvee up there and start knocking down the rest of these trees so that we can start to get this animal pen, like, actually done. It'd be great to finish that project up. We've got another 40 eggs to pull out of here. Hey there. Yep, 39. I think we showed up just in time. I wonder if their spoil timer goes while they're sitting here in the hutch. If not, that'd be a great way to have 40 eggs stored up and waiting for you. And check the coop roosting, and it shows you the dirtiness, so they're clean. Rag and a bucket. How you doing? Welcome, come on in. Trying out some different streaming settings today, and they seem to be working pretty well. Where'd the other cow go? Where is the baby cow? There it is, right there, hiding behind the fence. Put that bucket and water back in. Don't forget it's going to be in your hand. So there they are. It's back in the container here. We'll take our 39 eggs up to the kitchen. And then we'll come back down and do a barnyard cleanup. So we're out here at a big farm that exists in the middle of the map. It's new for B42. Thought I'd come out here and actually set up a homestead, farm and whatnot. Go out on occasional raids to get materials. So far it's been working pretty well. We've got 141 eggs in stock, so let's throw another 39 in there. There's 180. More eggs than we can go through for the rest of this game, I think. We've got some steak in there from taking care of a couple of bulls. And we've got another male young bull that just got born, so we're still waiting to get a second female out of our cow, but no luck yet. We do have milk, more milk than we could possibly use up. empty sacks, which means that the animal feed is running out. Check the zone, and we say available food 1. Well, that's not a lot. All right, so it's actually time to do some landscaping, because that's going to give us grass cuttings. I don't think we have any grass cuttings on the ground over here, but this is where I dump them, so let's go check real quick. Yeah, I don't see any. All right, so we need to do some landscaping so we get grass cuttings for the barnyard. I use bikini tools, which lets you do some certain things within an area, so I can say, hey, just go ahead and cut grass in a medium area, and it just saves me from having to right-click and click and right-click and click. Back off a little bit to take that volume down a notch. You can speed up time on this, except each action is an individual action, since it's not doing anything except just clicking for you. And so all you really do is speed up the one piece of grass you're removing. You end up just having to mash the speed up key, and it's not worth it. So for this, we just sit back and watch the show. So how are you doing tonight? Saturday here in Northern California. No, I did not vote for him, so that's a great question, Andre. I haven't experienced that. Is it Andre or Andrej? I haven't experienced that yet because I was playing in 41 and just came to 42 with build, 42.7 or whatever. And I haven't had a new version drop since I've been playing this save. So, man, I sure hope it does because yeah, there's some hours in this farm, and it's been fun. And you know, if I had to do it all over again, that's fine, whatever. But still, you know, you don't want to lose that progress. I think 42 and 43, you know, I'm probably almost certain would break saves, but 42.7 to 42 point, well, whatever it is, 42.8, I'm guessing. Man, I'd hope not, right? I was playing on a Minecraft server many years ago, and somebody had posted in the forums, you know, oh, this thing happened, and I just lost all these hours, you know, and I'm really salty. And somebody said, dude, it's a game, man, and you got to play the game and have fun in the game. And then something happened, and now you get to play some more of the game. I mean, and I thought, you know, that's an excellent way to frame that. The animals seem to eat food very slowly, so if you've got 65 or 70 food in there, it's going to last a long time. That being said, these pigs are eating a lot. So I haven't seen this food drop much at all, and now that these pigs are all basically adults, I'm actually seeing that happen. So we were going to slice and dice some of those anyways, and maybe now is the time. Yeah, right? I mean, you know, it's a game, so you get to play it again and redo some of the stuff you did. I guess you just gotta say, well, if this is the worst thing to happen to me today, I guess I'm all set. I don't have to go out and dig a ditch in the rain. I don't have to go out and actually do landscaping in the rain. All I have to do is sit here in my comfy chair and click the mouse button. But it'd be great if I didn't lose a save, because yeah, starting to like the way the farm's looking. Getting stuff cleaned up. The planting is going well. The agriculture is set up. We've got plenty of food in the ground now, waiting to come up. So hopefully agriculture goes smoother than I've seen some forum people reporting. And the animals are coming along nicely. I think there's a lot of tweaking to be done there by the devs, because for an entire pig you get like 3 kilograms of meat. Not exactly much. But on the flip side, if they say, well, we got to balance that because we give you what a pig actually would give you, then that's like 3 months worth of food. It's like, well, it's 3 months worth of food. It's 3 months worth of food. You know, I mean, I've got butchering 10, and yet all I can get out of a pig is roughly the weight of a Taco Bell takeout order. Remember when Taco Bell was cheap? I don't know if they have Taco Bell where you are. But it sure used to be cheap here in the U.S. Alright, so now, just that little bit of gardening that we did took the food from 1 in this zone up to 20. So grass clippings, man, all the day long, grass clippings. And if you have a shovel in your hand, you can click up dung in an area. You can like clean an area, but it's slow. There's a timer bar on it, and I don't know that it's any faster than doing this, because this is pretty fast. So McDonald's was, yeah, I mean, at the time I'm thinking of, so McDonald's here in the U.S. used to be, let's say $5 for a value meal, right? Or $4 or something like that. Man, for $4 you could walk into Taco Bell and walk out with like a dozen tacos or just all kinds of stuff. It was the cheap place to go, and it was open late and so on. And now they're more or less the same cost as Mickey D's. Actually, McDonald's has now become the bargain because of the app. The specials they give out in the app don't suck. And so I go out here in the U.S. and get a fine McDonald's meal for $5 a pop. You know? Whereas Taco Bell, I can't even get anything there for $5, I think, except just a couple items off the dollar menu. There's a song, the Sunscreen song, Baz Luhrmann, and it's advice set to music. You know, be kind to your knees; you'll miss them when they're gone. You too will get older. And when you do, you'll fantasize that when you were young, prices were reasonable, politicians were noble, and children respected their elders. And boy, sure enough, right? The older you get, the more you go, oh, I remember when food was cheap. And I remember when politicians were honest. Yeah, I don't remember that, actually. We've got a few honest politicians around, but not a lot. I haven't found a use for chicken feathers yet, except putting them in pillows, and, I mean, there's only so many pillows you need to make, so. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 1999, wear sunscreen. If I could offer you one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proven by scientists, whereas the rest of my advice has no basis more reliable than my own meandering experience. Great song, and so many truths in it. Take people's advice with a grain of salt, but be kind to those who dispense it. Giving advice is our way of fishing the past from the disposal, wiping over the ugly parts, and dispensing it for more than it's worth. Salt lick. That's a waste of time. That thing weighs like 20 encumbrance and does nothing except help you with RP. And I just like, I'm so much not RP when it's 20 encumbrance that I hooked out of a store somewhere and brought it back to the truck and then realized that's why I was huffing and puffing all of a sudden. Boy, once you get a barnyard up and running, compost is like coming out your ears. Because I'm just sitting there dropping the stuff on the ground now, and honestly I should probably just pick it up and take it to the dumpster and dispense it in the dumpster and delete it from the game, because by the time I need more, there will be plenty more from the barnyard. This truck is from KI5. It's the P19 Oshkosh, and this is a KI5 edition as well, as is the Humvee. Tow truck is from the mod named Tow Truck, I think, exclamation point. And man, this thing is worth its weight in gold. If you play Zomboid and you don't mind playing with mods, Tow Truck is awesome. Can't say enough good about that. So we need to go find some more crates, because we are needing to go ahead and redo this wall. I want to make some modifications in here. Hey, Timely. Wait a minute, 2 people chatting in the channel at the same time? This is inconceivable. Oh, just, you know, more of the same. I'll zoom out on the farm in a minute. You can see if it looks any different than the last time you saw it. But otherwise, it's coming along. Butchered some cows and finally processed all the leather. There's at least 2 humans here. Maybe. I don't know. AI is getting pretty good. So the shop I think you saw, but I don't know if you saw the final version of the shop now. And I put final in quotes because I always put final in quotes. But it was at least final for now, because you can come and stand right here, and then you can see all of these crates, and you can see the freight container, and you can see this table. And we've got a box with all of the tools, at least one of each of the tools in it. So standing in this spot, basically this is your crafting spot, you can access all of these things around you. Makes it really easy for just like cranking something out. Oh, you need a sheet of steel for that. Well, there's everything we need would be in one of these containers. So this is the crafting spot. Yeah, you know, exactly. Maybe we're gonna get there. Maybe we're gonna get to the point where you have to have a passphrase with your friends that only you know, so that when one of your friends, you know, when you're talking to them on the phone, they're like, wait, is this really so-and-so? What's the passphrase? Ferrari, a vice president or somebody pretty high in the organization was talking to the CEO on the phone, and the CEO was telling him to do a thing, right? Move some money around or something like that. And the vice president was just a little bit weirded out. He was like, you know, it just wasn't perfect. Like this, I know the CEO well. I talk to him all the time, and it just seemed like maybe it wasn't really him. But it was very good. So he asked him, and he said, hey, what book did you recommend to me last week? And the AI couldn't answer that, of course. And so, right, there it was. It was like, that's where we're getting to the point with AI, where you can get a phone call from your friend, and it's not your friend, but sounds just like him. If that doesn't spook you out a little bit. The fire truck. The fire truck is great. Let me show you. So one of the things that KI5 does with his mods is animates the parts of the vehicle. And okay, it's cool to open a door and have the door open, but gameplay-wise, it's kind of like whatever. The fire truck, in this case, the joy of it is its parts that you can put on. So one of the things he does, well, I don't love my fire truck. I love the KI5's hillbilly truck, but he hasn't put it in 42 yet. So I was driving around looking for this thing forever, and turns out a lot of the trucks I wanted in the game are only in 41. But the joy of this truck is, one, here's a roof storage. So what KI5 does is he makes a lot of pieces that you can bolt on. And in this case, if you're looking at the Ford F-Series here, you can see this bull bar on the front, this reinforced bumper bull bar. So that's a thing that you have to make and put on the truck to go with it. And in this case, this roof rack, which provides another 110 storage for me with the organized perk, is the thing I had to put on top of it. But so there's another 100. This compartment opens up, and as you see, so you've got over here this main compartment, the large top, and then you've got each of these 3 compartments down here, and although they don't open, here they are. So you've got 104, 39, 52, and 32 storage in these. You've got the same thing on the other side, except you don't have the middle compartment right here. And then you have the roof rack. All told, this thing has about 400 storage in it. The other cool thing is that, so you see this little red spot on the roof, this is a roof escape hatch. So if I'm in the truck and I go to this seat right here, first of all, it's not near any windows, so the Zeds can't attack a window to get to you. But secondly, if I leave the truck right now, I'm going to come out this escape hatch, and I'll appear back here in that corner. And likewise, yeah, you're never going to be gone. Likewise, if I come here and I say enter the truck, and it says, well, what seat do you want? And I say this one, I'm going to enter the truck from that back corner. So it's handy if you want to get out of the truck and the Zeds are up here at the front. Or if you want to hook something up to tow it, you can pop out. Hey, Timely. So, yeah, here's where we are now. And, stop back in the next time you're coming through. Always nice to see you. So, it's handy if you want to pop out and connect something that you're towing and then jump back in to not have to get out and run around. Because if there are some mobs up here at the front, you can just jump back and then they have to shuffle back to you. Yeah, the escape hatch is nice. And because you can add stuff to the truck, so if I come out here and I come around here to the hood, which is in the back on an Oshkosh, and I open up that hood, then you can see that I've got a whole bunch of options here for extra stuff. You've got these fenders in the back, front bumper, rear bumper, the storage lids, windshield armor. So this truck has side window armor on it and windshield armor on the front. So before they can break down through the glass, they're going to have to break through the armor. So this truck, you can drive into Louisville, which I've done now twice. If you go back and look at my previous streams, you'll see the last 2 of them that were posted both involved trips into Louisville. And in both cases, that place is pretty packed. And so in both times, I ended up going just right over the top of some Zeds because I just had to. There were 15, 20 of them in my path. And while I don't recommend that because you are going to take damage to the hood and eventually start getting damage to the engine, this truck can take that a bit. So he makes nice stuff, and he makes it designed like to be in the zombie apocalypse. If you're tired of driving around, if you ever watched The Last of Us, one of the things that gave me a facial tick, right, was the guy that they, Nick Offerwood's character, that, what's his name? Nick Offerman. Nick Offerman's character is like this super prepper guy, right? and he says, "Hey, you can have yeah, just a different livery, right? It's just the different livery on the truck. But yeah, I've got the military one outside. You've got probably the USMC livery, and that's what is out the back here. Oh, I'm carrying around all that cow dung. That's what it is. I'll go drop that on the ground. Out here on the side of the house, I've got the USMC livery. This is the first one I found, but it was pretty beat up. And I was over in Brandenburg, the new city, and right out in front of the firehouse was the firehouse livery, and it was in great shape. It was, you know, lots of green, almost mint. So I brought that home and made that the daily driver. And I'm still going to come and clean this one up now that I've got enough materials. I can clean it up. But you know, the paint is always going to look like this, and I like it to look a little cleaner. So I was grateful to find the fire truck. But the thing with Last of Us, if you ever watched it, Nick Offerman's character is this prepper guy, right? And he dies. I mean, he has his partner cash in, and they give everything to Joel and Ellie. And so Joel like takes his truck and they drive off. And I'm like, here you got this prepper guy living in the apocalypse. He's got access to, well, anything that people leave lying around. He's got welding experience. He's got all this stuff. And his go-to vehicle for the apocalypse is a Chevy S10 pickup truck. I said, man, you'd be driving around in a up-armored Humvee with a cow catcher on the front because you realize that at any moment you got to bug out. So there just wasn't enough Mad Max stuff in this for me with the vanilla game. That's what I like about KI5 is he is producing stuff that seems like you actually would be driving if this scenario were real. You'd be up-armoring stuff. You'd be putting on things so that you could drive through Zeds if you had to. That's what I like about it. If you like his stuff, if you're playing on B41, check out the Hillbilly truck, because the Hillbilly gun truck is just ludicrously. That's the thing, right? That's the thing that you can just accelerate, drive through a bunch of Zeds, and just hear the squishing noises, because that bumper's built to absolutely take it. Which is simultaneously overpowered but realistic, because that's exactly what you do, right? The real scenario, I'd be looking at farms trying to find a combine, and I'd up-armor that thing and turn it into a zombine and just go start spitting zombies out the chute, turning them into kibble. The Humvee is super handy. The cargo area shares the same space with the driver's seat, so you can access all of the cargo in the Humvee from any of the seats inside, and I like that. And the other thing I like about the Humvee is, again, you can up-armor everything, and it's got run-flat tires, so you're not popping tires all the time. Because tires are really the only thing that ends up getting eaten up when you're driving over bodies. In all the KI5s, I have run flats on all of them, and I just accept that the tires are all going to be at 25% condition for the rest of the game. Because I don't bother fixing them, because they just go right back down again. That escape hatch is handy, and that seat that you can sit in, that back one, so that if you're, say, sleeping for the night, the Zeds will still come up and still start beating on the truck. Don't get me wrong, but the truck can take a good beating. But more importantly, you're not actually next to a window, so they don't come up and start beating on a particular window to get through to you. I think they just start beating on a random spot on the truck. I don't usually let them beat for that long before I go out and deal with the situation. And this tow truck mod, this thing is just, I can't say enough good about that. If you're on 41 or 42 and you like going out and getting vehicles, man, this tow truck is the way to go. And the reason is, yeah, right? You'd think it would have come along before now. A friend of mine is the same, and they're the ones that got me into Zomboid. They were like, oh yeah, well, we haven't been playing this, but we're waiting for 42 to have multiplayer, and you should check out 41 or 42, and, you know. And I went and I looked, and I was like, wow, this is, and, you know, here I am. Tow truck, man, back up onto a vehicle that you want to grab. You don't even have to get out of the car. You just hit your radial, and there's the hookup. And you can hook it up from within the cab, just like you see the Instagram repo guys doing. And then you can tow it out of there, and you never had to get out. And then same thing when you're driving it, you can drop it the same without ever getting out. So this thing makes snatching cars out of parking lots just really overpowered, because you can just pull into the mall parking lot if you want, grab a vehicle and drive out of there and be fine. And he gives you a couple upgrade options. There's a bull bar on the front, no armor on windows and things like that, but at least enough of a bull bar that you can, you know, drive your way through a bunch if you need to. I like the Shelby, and I haven't gone and done the upgrades to the Shelby yet. In fact, you know what? Let's take a look at what I can upgrade on the Shelby, because if I've got the recipes for it, I wanted to start doing that. I've got a Shelby out here in the garage, and you can totally Mad Max the thing, I think. You can put window armor on and door armor and roof rack and stuff like that. Bull bar on the front, so let's see how much we can turn this thing into a Mad Max thing. Ooh, yeah. I mean, if you're playing on a private server that you have control over, just turn that off. Just say, hey, you know what? There is no permadeath. There's a mod, since you obviously are willing to play with mods. There's a mod that lets you respawn, keep your levels, and so on if you want to. So yeah, if I were playing and it was possible for the game to kill me, I would totally be playing with. And I do, because it is possible for the game to kill me. I'm looking at issues with aiming sometimes in the isometric, and for some reason in this game, my screen will go black for about 2 seconds. Occasionally, let's say once per 6 hours or 8 hours, I'll just be doing something, and all of a sudden the screen is black. And if I look over at OBS at what it's streaming, I can still see that the game is still playing, but the screen's just black. And boy, when that happens, when you're actually literally in the middle of a fight with a mob right in front of you, I got lucky the last 2 times it happened at the military checkpoint. Well, yeah, so if you die and it was your fault, you don't choose to respawn. You say, hey, my fault, my bad, boom, and you click the don't respawn button. But if it wasn't your fault, click the respawn and come back and curse at the game, and then, you know, you can always choose not to respawn. It's just like a normal death in this game, except that there's an option to come back. Let's see, what was I going to do? Oh, I was going to look at, so I was going to go in here at the crafting spot here. And I was going to look at crafting. And I was going to look at Shelby. Front bull bar for the Shelby. Boom, here we are. All right, we can make one. Let's do it. This is the joy of the crafting spot, is that I can just stand right here, and all of these materials are all within one of these crates or this big freight container. These freight containers are from KI5 as well, and they're basically just vehicles, but 1,000 encumbrance capacity in it, and 1,300 if you've got the oh yeah, there you go. This is the way to do it too. 1,300 with the perk, with the organized perk, 1,000 without. So totally worth it. These freight containers are awesome. Front window armor for the Shelby, absolutely. We'll make one of those. Actually, we'll make 2 of those because there's 2 front windows. Yeah, die into something. If you like Viva La Dirt League, they did a bit about that, you know, where they started to decide to play hardcore and holy my god, it's so much different, and then they defeat a dragon and it was just so close and they're amazed, and then they get awesome loot, and then there's a desync and they both die and it's permadeath, and they're both just standing there afterwards like, I think I'm done with this game for a while. Alright, so we got 2 Shelby front armor. And we've got the bull bar. Come over here and open this up. Doesn't it suck to die to something that just wasn't your bad decision? It was just, you know, lag or whatever. That's a terrible way to go. It's not glorious. It's not fun. There's no good story there. Let's see. Windshield armor. No. Front left window armor. All right, we'll install that. I think it's going to look like jail cell bars, horizontal jail cell bars, which is going to be pretty cool. Front right window armor. Boom, we'll put that on. Are they even going to do multiplayer in 42? Because we're at 42.7 already. And it seems to me that I saw, oh no, they're going to do it like a plate. It's not as cool as bars, but okay. I saw something posted about multiplayer in 43, and I thought, well, maybe 42 isn't even going to get multiplayer. Maybe 42 is just doing some other stuff, and then 43 comes along with the multiplayer in it. Bull bar, that's going to be a front bumper. So we'll uninstall the front bumper. And we'll see if that is a... Here it is, bull bar right there. Check that out. Alright, so now we need windshield armor. Make one of those. Got a roof rack for it, totally. I would love to have played 41 multiplayer. It looks like just an absolute blast to play multiplayer. And then I think about all the things that they could have made happen. Like, so take the fire truck here, right? You've got this fire hose right up on the front, or this this nozzle. And I'm thinking, man, wouldn't it be cool to be able to actually spray water out of the fire truck and to have, like, a fire hose work on mobs? You'd be pushing them back. It doesn't do any damage, but it pushes them back and makes a hole in the crowd, so you could have your friend, you know, creating a water path through a mob of Zeds, and you're driving the truck through as they push them away with fire hose. Or you're down there stomping heads, not because he's knocking them down with the hose, and then you're stomping them while they're on the ground, and then all of a sudden the hose runs out of water. And you're like, oh god, gotta go. So yeah, I thought, man, there's so many opportunities for multiplayer that you could have fun with vehicles. The vehicle physics are, you know, it's weird, the things that the devs chose to model in this game. Sometimes you're like, oh wow, they modeled that really esoteric thing and it's really cool, and then other times you're like, and why wouldn't you model this really obvious thing that you obviously chose not to do? But by and large, I think I like the little touches that they really put in. And I think they did an awesome job with the sound. I'm really impressed by that. All right, so here we go. We'll throw a roof rack on this baby so that you can store more than, you know, a stuffed animal in the back seat. Roof rack, here we are. Boom, boom. Now we just need the big blower engine to stick up out of the hood. And, oh, that would make a great mod. The Mad Max Interceptor from the first movie. I bet you it's out there. The last Interceptor. Rear windshield armor. Do we need it? Well, why not? Let's put it on, see if we like it. Rear bull bar. Wow. Okay. I'm on board. Makes that backwards demolition derby thing easier. And I'll make that rear armor as well. So if you like KI5's the Oshkosh, the P19, check out the Hillbilly, and also check out the ADI Bushmaster, the 97 ADI Bushmaster. That thing's a pretty awesome truck too. A lot of storage, great for multiplayer, room for all your mates. The M35A Wrecker. So there's an M35 and then there's an M79 Wrecker that's based on the same Deuce chassis. And so that doesn't look really cool. I don't know. We'll see. The M79 Wrecker. Well, I mean, that would be one of those things that maybe you're going to model that and go, oops, yeah, okay, that sucked. Oh, the hood's down to 50%. We got to fix that. Let's do this rear bumper here for a second. Let's pull this off and see if this, we put the rear bull bar on. Should grab the Zomboni from Plants vs. Zombies. That would be fun. Treats all snow tiles like road tiles. That'd be great. All right, this hood is going to repair best with 35 is the winner so far. 85. 2 regular steel sheets. Let's grab those. Let's fix that hood, and then let's take this thing out for a spin in the rain with zombies on the road. What could possibly go wrong? %. Tires are good. Brakes are fair. It's got safety tubes, but I ain't scared. Brakes are good. Tires fair. Pulled out of San Pedro late one night. Gotta move this trailer out of the way. I swear to God, this thing just keeps moving an inch a day into the road. Move with something else. This is the back way out of the farm. This is, already I'm screwing it up. This is definitely the way to get in and out. Especially once you come and you cut a road right up here, straight out to the main road. Yeah, it just stuttered for a second, but it's sounding good right now, at least on my end. Beautiful thunder sound. It'd be great with that. So there was a stutter for a moment, but ever since I've been out on the road itself, it's been at least fine to me. Still happening? We'll go inside the house. There'll be a little less background noise. So what do we get? We get 71 storage in that roof rack. And 72 in the trunk. Not bad, 140. And the ability to wrap yourself around a tree. That looks cool. I like it. Alright. So open and shut a door a couple times just so we see if it's... See if I can get where there's no rain to sound, really. Oh, light switch, that'll do it. That's a real distinct click. So, there was a little stutter when I was first driving out. I think it was just starting to load chunks and something like that. And the rain, of course, is coming down, so there's a lot going on the screen. Well, so I've been thinking about taking a gun out, and let's do that. Let's grab, because they've got a new shooting system in 42, and I have not actually shot a single round yet. All of our ammo. Well, I thought I'd moved all our ammo out into the garage. Apparently not. Oh, so I was saying earlier, man, I would love to have played 41 multiplayer. That seems like just an absolute blast. .556. Well, that's why I didn't bring all the ammo out, because just didn't have the room for it. Let me drop these Shelby parts off too in the freight container for parts. No gun mods. Did I just put those in a bag? Yeah, I did. I did put an Escape from Tarkov mod on for bags, but honestly, I'm not that impressed by them, so I haven't used them yet. It felt like, if you've ever played RimWorld, felt like Combat Extended, you know, for RimWorld, just totally changing how guns work. And in playing 41 a little bit, I was like, oh man, this, you know, I bet you there's mods that make guns much different. And then 42 came along and they changed the whole gun system, so I thought I'd give it a chance in vanilla. Let's see, what do I want to take? 45 autos. And 9mm, sure, why not? I was reading a forum post or two about how to aim now, and so I'm eager to see it. I don't think I've read anything from anybody yet who said it's awesome, but it was. I mean, I did it with vanilla in 41. It was just sort of odd, you know, this, oh, you're really just aiming at a spot and the green outline and the so on. And I got my aiming up a little bit, and then I was using shotguns and making huge piles of bodies, and, you know, it worked out all right. But I definitely saw how it was not realistic. So from what I gather, this is going to be more so. No shotgun. We will take with take a 9, take an M9, take a couple of those, take at least one. See if any of them have mods on them. Nope. Alright, so we'll just take one with a magazine and attach that to holster right. And then 6.25 revolver. It's weird that they got rid of so many right-click options. You know, you used to be able to do some things on right-click that you just don't seem to be able to do anymore, or at least do in mass. Like you could say, hey, just open them all. But now you can only do one at a time. If you want to do multiples, you have to go into the recipe system. So it seems like they're used to be saying, hey, you know, you can do right-click or recipe. And now it seems like they're saying, no, we really want you doing recipe. Take the Humvee because that's my favorite daily driver for just getting somewhere and doing something simple. Trailer moved out of the way. Wood axe back in the backpack. So I never ended up playing with any shooting mods in 41. And it probably would have been a pretty different experience. Well, if I pick this thing up right here, it's just going to absolutely fling the truck around, but here it is. Now it'll stop ending up in the road. KI5 did a great job with trailers. These livestock trailers that come directly from the devs, man, they suck. Super, super top heavy. And the physics on them is really wonky, as you just saw from throwing the truck around. So the closest mobs are down at what I call Four Corners, which is not too far away. And the area's been, I think, fairly thinned out, so probably a great place to try a few practice shots. I did like the idea, and I never installed it, but there was a mod that gave you, if a mob was within a certain range, it was just an instant kill. It was frustrating to be shooting stuff with a shotgun and have a mob standing, you know, like 4 feet in front of you, and you miss. Like, wait, what? Or it doesn't kill them. So from what I gather now is shooting like that right there. Oh, I see the little red dot in the center. Wow. Yeah, different indeed. So I'm guessing that has to do with the isometric issues, with trying to convert 3D space into isometric, and how that's going to mess with my perception of where a bullet's going. The reticle gets tighter as you hold on a target. Okay. So I'm not necessarily going to shoot where that circle is. I'm going to shoot within the range of the outside 4 reticles. Then red shows up on the inside of the circle. I guess in the beginning, shooting for center mass is probably the way to go. Boy, they could get rid of that grinding noise. I would be very happy. I think they way overuse it. Darkness probably isn't helping. Rain's probably not helping. When would be the worst time to go out and learn to shoot? Oh, in the dark, in the rain. I guess I could put a welding helmet on. That would make it worse. The muzzle flash. Yeah, it's a good time to go home. Fire off a shot or two at the farm in the next couple days and see if I can draw anybody out of the woods. But I haven't seen anybody there in a long time, so I think we've got a pretty good buffer around the farm. This is the front entrance to the farm, and boy, that's a long dirt road. Good night. Thanks for coming over and hanging out, man. Do enjoy chatting. Oh, dark 30. Well, I'll go take all that stuff with us. And some extra water next time, maybe. At least make sure we top off the water before we leave. So that's an excellent job with that thunder. Here in the freezer. Roast. Apps. Take 42, 58, 115, 106. Oh, perfect. It's exactly going to be half of it. Boom. The rest in the fridge. That was super nice. Took us right there to the top. April 6th. Pretty late for a snowstorm in Kentucky. What do I know? Alright, how are the crops doing? This freezing temperature can't be good for them. Looks like they're still holding together. These three not so much, but you know what? I don't think I planted anything there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I didn't. So this is going to be the furthest in each of these. So that's why those are still showing up red. Yeah, perfect. Things still looking good. Alright. Cool. What else we got? Animals. Yeah, let's get out there and start taking apart the wood on the other side of the pens. Oh, that's a long button. Howdy there. How you doing? Just out here doing some clear cutting. Howdy. Just doing some clear cutting here. Chop, chop, chop. See if we can get these done this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no. I don't think so. Although these are going to be fast. These ones up here. These are like 2 hits each, I think. Yeah, we might get this one down. I don't know. I don't think so. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, yeah, okay. 4 hits. There it is. All right, so what do we have left? 1, 2, 3. 3 and some bushes. Yeah, all right. One more cycle. Except we're going to run out of daylight here in a moment. Good evening. Just getting this last animal pen done on this side. Move the pigs over. Alright, we need scrap metal, we need wire, welding equipment, and nails. And 2 hinges and a doorknob. Door hinges, 2 of those. Doorknob 1, scrap metal. Half of that. Wire. Nails. That took entirely too long to find. torch. Let's grab an extra one and some rods. Let's go build a fence or two. Oh, I need one more pair of hinges and a doorknob. Maybe. So that has a door. I don't think we need a door on this side, actually, since this will be the last pen. Can always add one later. It's no longer on the right-click menu. Keep forgetting that. So long and planks for all the fish. So sad it had to come to this. Scrap metal, welding rods, wire. That's it, isn't it? Outdoors, where is it? Fence. Oops. Yeah, forgot iron pipe. Alright, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 across. 12 to 24 iron pipe. Fit 24 iron pipe with that encumbrance. Is that it? 23? I'll use one more. Come on. Just give me one more. Thank you. Welding torch, of course. And then it's too dark. Killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. Good evening from Northern California. Have anything left in the fridge? Your roast. Bit of roast, yes. Gotta have some food for the pigs, right? Here we are, grass cuttings. Of 143. That's getting close. Certainly not going to get all this wood in the truck. Let's go for planks first. And let's grab the stuff that we need for doing the roof. It's going to be 12 spaces times 3, 36 roof pieces. We've got 5, so I'll need to pick up 31 of those. I think we can do that. Six total, that's not going to be a problem. Oh, what am I missing? Welding rods. Fair enough. Good evening, everyone. Alright, 192. Let's go create a new livestock zone right here. We can't run it all the way to the fence because it merges with the next one over, so we'll pull one back. Alright, well, more clear cutting to be done, obviously, and got to move the pigs over into that new pen. But those are both going to be for the next session. I'm going to take a break for a little bit. Be back in a few hours, and we'll get the pigs moved over. We'll get the last of that wood cleaned up and so on, get the truck emptied out. Anyways, that's all for next time. In a couple hours, go do some stuff. I'll be back. This is Ace. I'll see you then. I'm out of here.